to the captain's quarters.
My vibe.
Please don't kill my vibe.
Why is that funny?
It's a Kendrick Lamar song. I think it's "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe."
Yeah, not please don't kill my vibe.
Yeah,
That's
please
the
don't kill my vibe.
That's the
polite
radio version of that song.
Please don't kill my vibe.
Please don't kill my
don't kill
vibe.
Okay, I'm missing context of that.
Wow, Kalen.
All right, and welcome to episode 6?
7.
7. Oh wow, 7.
Yeah,
Episode
we're making
7
it.
of the Captain Quarters podcast. Here we are with the boys during a pretty rough fucking week to have a fun comedy style podcast.
Yeah, Reddit has not been fun.
Yeah, and I think we should maybe just go ahead and say that we're consciously not talking about sad events, and
Right.
honestly, frankly, things that 4 white guys shouldn't even really be talking about because we try to keep this one fun. This one's supposed to be kind of fun. So
Yeah.
we realize there's a lot of shit going on in America right now, but, you know, watch the news and vote, I guess. Listen to
Yeah.
Killer Mike.
My friends call me Condom Carl.
Oh yeah. Is it? You
Yeah.
should
Is
have
this
made.
it?
Is this the segue into what you wanted to talk about with condoms?
No. This I just thought we were doing introductions.
There's going to be condom talk later on, so...
Absolutely.
Did you
Hold
guys
on.
know that rubber bands expire? I just figured that out right now.
It
Yes.
disintegrates.
Yeah, they did great.
Yeah, I'm trying to play with this rubber band, but it's just falling apart like it's nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you guys have like an old box of rubber bands or something hanging around the office and you're like, oh man, I gotta rubber band these things together, you just remember that they do expire.
I don't think I rubber banded something together.
Since at least high school.
Like posters
I mean-
when I move.
I mean, staples.
Yeah, exactly, for
Yeah.
posters. Or like you're trying to roll up
No,
a piece of
okay,
paper.
I have an issue with that. I have an issue with rubber banding a poster to move. One, you shouldn't have just posters laying around. You shouldn't frame stuff and be. But
No.
two, that's not going to protect it. I mean, you're
Yeah.
just going to throw it in the back of the moving van and just say, have fun poster, and then you're going to have half a poster.
Well, but you supposed to have your posters hanging around willy nilly? No, you roll it up and you put it in the
Yeah.
front seat so your car.
No.
poster-
What Kalen's
Put in
saying
the-
is
Put in the
Af-
tube.
after college you can't just tack things to your walls anymore. You got to be a professional and you got to get it.
All right,
framed.
now I
look at
just
it. Right
feel
there.
personally attacked.
Like that. There's a frame there. There's a framed photo there. There's a frame there. It's
I'm not
poster.
our landlords. We're not even supposed to put anything on the walls, so that's why I have to
At what
use
age?
tags.
At what age are you not allowed to just have posters on your wall? Without
I think just
frame?
like
When
I
you
don't
have
know, I'm
the
not trying to gatekeep anything here, but you know, like how long am I going to be able to hang this flag right here in my office? You know, like
Well, you need to get it better.
am I
than
going to be a
poly-
45-year-old man and hang this flag, or am I going to eventually frame it?
You need to have a cotton flag, not a polyester flag.
That is a
Whoa.
cotton flag. That is like an incredible flag.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well,
Wow, are you judging the quality of his Georgia Bulldogs?
I
football
can't
banner?
tell.
Yeah,
from
what the
far
fuck
away.
did you just say?
At what point do you become the boomer age of whenever you're a sports fan? You just post the current roster each year, and you always just keep replacing it year after year. That's what my dad does every year. Every year he
yeah.
mails me the current roster on Nebraska to put up on my walls.
that's because your family has a weird obsession with Nebraska.
I think you mean the
Very
best
weird.
obsession.
It's a bit much if we're being honest.
It really is.
I don't know.
Your
That's
old,
okay,
your
you know?
old basement was quite literally a shrine,
Yeah.
and I could describe it nothing else than a shrine to the Huskers.
Yeah, if you've ever been face to face with one of the corn gods, Kalen, you'd be fucking praying too, bud, alright?
Yep.
You get lost in
that's
that corn, you come out a man.
Mm-hmm.
For several reasons.
Now,
Uh,
I could
uh,
definitely see that. Like, if I get to a point where I buy my own house, like
Yeah.
I might have a shrine to the Georgia Bulldogs in there.
Do it.
Who knows?
Why not?
Yeah, just make
I
your whole
might.
basement that.
We're back. Sorry about that. We had a bit of a technical snafu, but...
Yeah.
I blame Ryan.
But yes, my house was basically a shrine to Nebraska. There were several corn hats. We had corn Wheaties. We had Nebraska Wheaties. We had Nebraska soda. We had Nebraska puzzles. We had Nebraska popcorn.
Anything that goes in a house was Nebraska
It's pretty
plastered.
great. It's pretty great.
Did your parents meet at Nebraska?
So they were no, they were just. There's no other football program in the entire state of Nebraska anything just besides the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
That is true. Isn't it also true that like if you're anybody can go to Nebraska in Nebraska? Is it one of the states where there's just such a low population of people going to college that
No, absolutely not.
I'm not saying Nebraska's a bad school, but I know that there's a bunch of colleges.
No, I think Nebraska might be one of the richest colleges in America.
That's also not how many colleges are there in total in Nebraska?
Creighton's in Nebraska. That's a major one. They're really good at basketball. University of Nebraska Omaha is good at wrestling. And then University of Nebraska Lincoln. I'm sure there might be one more, but those are the only three major ones that I can think of.
What am I thinking? Kalen, where did our old roommate Hunter? Where was he from?
He was North Georgia.
No, maybe no. It was where his dad was from. He was talking about
Montana.
Yeah, that's it. Where practically anybody could go to Montana and go to college because there's so few amount of people applying to go to college in Montana that the acceptance rate is through the roof or something. I don't know.
No, that's definitely not Nebraska. Nebraska's expensive as fuck too.
I'm not trying to talk shit about any colleges.
No, you're good. You're good. I tried because I wanted to go there because I once wanted to play football there, and then I saw out-of-state tuition was $35,000, and I was like, "Yep, nope, hell no."
You could have done
it. Yeah, okay.
Could have done it, bro.
Destroyed my body and be $300,000 in debt by the time I graduate. That's where I want to be.
No, that's the whole point. You destroy your body so they'll pay for it.
They don't though. They'll just drop your scholarship.
You can still make it on the team.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm too old. My body's been withered by the warehouse machine.
I'm sure Scott Frost would look at you and be like, "You're a burly boy.
God damn, you're 100% corn-grown motherfucker."
Get some corn in them.
Yeah.
Get them on the field.
Yeah.
This boy's a natural grown corn tassler. That's a job you could do. That's not an automated. Hey, Kalen, there you go. If you want to be a multimillionaire, there is not a machine made currently that can detassel corn.
I think you told me this when we were on a road trip.
Yeah. So if you're an engineer, if you want to make millions of dollars, because right now farms have to hire teenagers to come out at 5 in the morning to detassel every single ear of corn because there's not a machine made for it.
I'm pretty sure Monsanto is on this, or
Yeah,
John
Yeah,
Deere.
they're gonna start growing corn just straight out of the ground in kernels.
Oh god, that'd be weird.
It's possible.
It's gonna be like a bush.
Yeah.
Corn bush?
Colonel Bush.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I know, because it challenges your whole.
That
way
would
of
be
life.
magical though, to be lost in the woods and you got berries and then you pick a kernel and you're like, oh my god, it's already buttered and it's just buttery kernels.
Yeah. Already buttered.
It's corn.
Golden.
We're saved the least nutritious vegetable.
Is it really?
Dude, there's no
dude.
nutritional value in corn.
Then
You've
why
never
do we
taken a
grow so
shit?
much corn?
Because it's just
feed-
filler.
Feed corn, I
80% of the
understand.
corn grown
You can
doesn't
pop
feed
it.
animals. Doesn't feed us.
Yeah, I know. Feed corn is totally different than corn.
And I'm pretty sure 90% of the corn grown isn't even edible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's feed corn.
Yeah. No, it's for ethanol and stuff.
No, I'm pretty sure it's also
Corn syrup.
they just give it to cattle just because.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, cattle? Eat grass? Oh
Yeah,
no,
fuck
you don't
you,
have
Are
to
you
eat
gonna be
grass
pissed?
anymore.
Eat the fucking corn, cow. Idiot.
It's tasty though.
You guys ever taken a shit
I don't
and there's
think
been
it-
full corn in there?
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely. So much. What do you mean?
Dude, that
Yeah.
begs the question though, if you legitimately
Do you not have a digestive system?
No, your
Have you ever
digestive
eaten
system
corn,
can't
Caleb?
break down.
Do you have a
Yeah,
cow's
corn.
digestive system?
Maybe I don't inspect my poops. Maybe that's
Yeah.
the problem.
You got to check your poops.
I take it
dude.
out of the bowl with my hand and I look at it and I.
Yeah,
That's some corn right there.
You get the color
Yeah.
gradient. Make
Yeah.
sure they're
I
healthy
put it back.
poops.
Do you re-eat the corn?
No. I pull it out and I feed it to my cats.
Oh no, that feels like animal abuse.
No, I love it.
Yum 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 yum.
Yum, 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 yum.
So does that theoretically mean that if you took like mineral and vitamin supplements and you legitimately only ate corn kernels for like 3 days, would you literally only be pooping kernels?
Probably.
That sounds
under-
terrible.
I don't understand because you need to break it down in order to get the juiciness out of it.
There's no
Oh
juiciness.
man, I wonder what an exclusively corn
Kalen,
shit would look
I
like.
want you to go buy a can of
talking
corn
about, bro.
tonight. Eat some corn and inspect your poop, and you'll know exactly what we're talking about. This is a real thing. Corn doesn't digest; it just goes through your body.
Just
You've
a
never gone to like
clump of
Chipotle
kernels.
and just eaten the corn in your burrito and just you see it the next day.
I mean,
That's every time I eat corn.
I think it's the next day part that I'm getting lost in. I just don't like sift through my poops.
When you take a shit, do you wipe and then you throw the wipe and then you immediately flush, or do you stand up and admire your work?
I mean, I take a quick glance at the volume, the estimated volume that it left my body.
See
Yeah.
how much
Maybe
destruction
it's
my
just gotta
body's
be more
left
than
in
a
that
quick
bowl.
glance.
Admire,
Yeah.
admire, Caleb.
It's like watching
Dude,
a car
treasure.
crash in slow motion. You know what I mean? There's something beautiful about it.
treasure.
Chris, get the camera! Get the camera, Chris!
Yeah, I drunkenly ate like a whole family-sized bag of hot Cheeto puffs last night, and I took solid red shits this morning, like horrible
Yeah.
red shits.
Yeah.
Like I thought like blood shits. It
I
was horrible.
really hope every single time Hunter shits when he moved to Austin, he just looks in the toilet and just says everything is bigger in Texas, and then just flushes every single time he poops.
How
Yeah.
does your poops reflect your diet so perfectly? So,
Well, I've got a pretty healthy gut biome because I take care of myself, and
As he
When I throw
says that he had
myself
red
out like it.
Cheeto shits last night.
exactly. So the weekends come, I get really drunk, and then I eat a whole family-sized bag of Cheetos, and then I just shit it all out. And my stomach is typically like, oh, there's so many nice, nutritious things in here. Let's pack it all up efficiently and let's shit that out. And then when it gets the red Cheetos, it's like, alert, alert, Cheetos! And then
Get it out.
Doesn't
Get it out.
It doesn't know what to do. So it just
Yeah.
all fucking siphons out of me.
See, I feel like I've got the opposite thing. My body's so used to me eating decrepit, hormone-filled Taco Bell that, like, if I eat an apple, it's like, what the fuck is going on?
What are you doing?
and then what are your shits? Is it like a whole apple in your shit?
Yeah, I shit out an entire apple. Yeah, it's really weird how it
Like,
happens.
what's the end result of when you eat an
Yeah,
apple?
should we just talk about all the foods we can and can't digest?
Are we just talking about, like, us shitting? Is this... There's riots happening and all that. We can't talk about it, so it just... All right, poop podcast.
Yeah. This is the poop podcast. While
Yeah.
America falls apart.
Yeah.
This is why Al Gore created the internet. Just for us.
Just for us.
Oh, fuck.
Thanks, Al Gore.
Well, you know, I don't even think we really did fucking introductions. But we're here with Kalen, Cattle Pleasure.
Whoa.
We're here with Hunter, Coding 420, or Simping on
No, simping on syrup.
Syrup.
The brand has changed.
The brand has
Brand has
changed.
changed.
Forcefully,
Man,
it was
the man
forcefully
put his foot
changed.
down.
Honestly and wholeheartedly wish I put more effort into my name, because I do not get as many views as I was on Coding 420, and
Yeah.
I think it's because people think I'm a simp now, and they don't
Yeah.
want to watch us. They don't want to watch a simp play video games.
Well, it's
So-
never too late to change.
No,
A
it
simp-
is because I
you never-
can't change my name every 2 months, so I have 2 months with sipping on syrup.
So I
But I
think
have 2 months to think of a better name.
a cult never labels themselves as a cult. Whoever labels themselves as a cult is not a cult. Same thing with simp. You never label yourself as a simp. It's always someone labeling you as a simp. So if you label
that's-
yourself a simp,
Yeah.
then you're not a simp.
I don't know.
That's
If I
what I was
name myself
shooting
like
for.
the Cult of Milne, like, I'm pretty sure people aren't going to be joining that.
I was shooting for
That's
what
different.
Caitlin
reasons,
just said,
Connor.
and also, you know, sipping on syrup, simping on syrup. It's pretty close. I thought it was funny. Kind of ties back to my old name, codeine. You know,
Yeah.
still codeine.
Recreational
And,
drug use.
Yeah, but nobody I don't think people are getting that. I think they just see simping and they're like, "Ah, this simp." So I don't know. But yeah, simping on syrup.
The woes of a Twitch streamer. And
The
then we
name's
have
everything.
Crash Carl / Condom Carl /
AKA Condom Carl.
Ryan.
The brand has changed.
The brand has changed. Kalen, what did you do this week?
Worked. God, I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah, you're on the fucking hot seat.
I know the hotline bling.
Yeah, it was just a busy day, busy week at work. A lot of bullshit stuff. We started back up, only minor fires, and
What?
Good.
yeah,
Only minor fires.
minor.
Shouldn't there
fires.
be no fires?
No, only minor fires.
Yeah, it's minor.
Like they're under
Didn't you listen?
they're under 18. I'm sorry.
Only those jailbait fires.
Yeah.
What's depressing is that all of the equipment there could be my dad. Everything is made in like the 80s, 70s.
Oh no.
Some of them are made in the 50s.
What isn't that giant one that you guys have? Wasn't it made in like Nazi Germany?
No.
I thought you had that giant ass thing that you guys had to salvage from the bottom of the ocean, or is that the
No,
other one?
that's actually in Georgia. It's a very large
Yeah, that's a thing.
rolling mill or press that it was originally manufactured in Nazi Germany or something, and then it went into the Rhine for 25 years, and then they floated it, and it somehow made it itself into North Georgia, and it's the largest rolling mill or press or something in that side of the Mississippi. I can't remember the story. I need to look that up again. But something like that. It was a crazy story, and now.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work to get something you could probably manufacture.
No, large castings is a lost art. Like huge monolithic castings that are hundreds of tons. No, maybe not hundreds of tons, but anyway, you get the idea. It's a lost art. You can't cast that big of stuff anymore. No idea why. That's why it's lost art.
It's
It just
fair.
cracks. Again, citation needed. This is working off memory.
You're good. So outside of like just working, what have you been up to?
Yeah, it's been working. Next week's going to be an awful week that I have to bitch at people. I'm not.
Yeah,
looking forward
bitch at
to that.
people.
Why do you have to
Yeah.
bitch at people?
So my boss quit a couple weeks ago, and
Nice.
he's area manager in there.
Quit a job.
Yeah, he actually got a job at a marijuana growing plant. So
Hey,
Nice. Take the high road.
legalize
Yeah.
it.
so now I have been taking on some of his responsibilities, and we had a good agreement. He did all the people stuff, I did all the technical stuff, and we worked well with that. But now I have to do some people stuff, and
get a
I
pay
suck
increase
at
'cause of
talking to
it?
people, especially people who are pissed off.
Yeah.
True.
And
And
these
people are very
people
pissed off
are
right
old
now.
enough to be my grandfathers. These are the people that have been in this building for 40 years, real time. Like they've
Do they
spent.
treat you like shit? Do they think you're like the young buck
Yeah.
that they don't need to respect?
I think I've done well handling that. Sometimes, yeah, but a lot of times I think I come off not as a prick.
You've earned their
That's good.
respect.
Yeah, that's good.
But I mean, this is just for how they present themselves to me. I have no idea what they say behind.
Like, oh, that Kalen guy's a fucking dickbag.
That college puke.
That college boy.
That college boy. Yeah, you're like Morgan Freeman, Kalen.
Gordon Freeman.
Didn't I said Gordon Freeman?
You said Morgan Freeman.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
you did.
My bad. You're
That's
like Gordon
embarrassing.
Freeman, excuse me.
College puke. Morgan Freeman.
Okay. All right. Well, Hunter, what did you do this week?
Pretty similar to Kalen. Still working from home. Yeah, man. Just we doing software side life cycles. We just exited like a planning phase, and now we're finally jumping back into like writing code for stuff. So writing code and yeah, I had people over last night for the first time since quarantine started, and
Wow.
it was a shit show that I should not have allowed. And I'll tell you all about it right now. So, I had a couple friends over to watch the launch. I had two guys that I work with come over, and right before they showed up, like an hour before they showed up, we got a new rug shipped to our house for our living room, and we had it like sprawled out with like weights on the corners to kind of like, you know, get all the crinkles out of it.
Flatten it out, yeah.
Yeah, and the first motherfucker that walked in the door just had dirty shoes on and just walked right through it, and just like literally like right after we fucking bought it, like, okay, dude.
Real friends.
Yeah, real friends.
Sounds like you needed to kick his
And,
ass.
Well, I mean, I didn't even notice until fucking today. And he also did the same thing with like both my bath mats in our fucking master.
Did he not
bathroom.
take his shoes off?
He used your master bathroom?
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying here, everything can all tie back to the fact that I think people have forgotten how to be polite in other people's homes. I think with all of this quarantine stuff, all of human decency has gone out the window, and like people have just forgotten how to interact with people. So I had these people over. I had a couple of people over. Nobody takes their shoes off in my house. That's fucking fuck you. You're gonna come into my house and not take your shoes off? That's a piece of shit move. And then we go outside. We all start pounding White Claws. People are vomiting off the deck, having a good time. Then Carissa, my girlfriend, calls one of her friends from her old sorority, and two women come. And I watched two cavemen literally like crunch stones together to try and bring one of these women into my guest room. Like, it was
Did
just
you have a college party?
Yeah, and evidently it really felt like all decency has been lost.
Oh,
And
that's
just-
so gross, because it's not like there's like a party where there's like 15 people, so like it's not noticeable.
Yeah.
You're gonna notice if like a third of the room is banging in the other room.
Yeah,
And you
he
know
was very-
everyone there, which is
Yeah, he was pretty open about his efforts too. But honestly, like I was 18 White Claws deep, so I was kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever, you know, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I got very drunk last night and woke up this morning with a very dirty house. So it's super cool.
That's always fun.
Fuck
I'm never
impolite
gonna have
people,
people
dude.
ever again.
Fuck just generically people that don't care about other people's property. Like, that's the most upsetting thing.
Well, typically, I think it's honestly just because we haven't seen each other in a long time, and the goal was to honestly just get blackout drunk. So
Right.
I don't think there was any kind of niceties. anywhere
Okay,
in
it
there.
was more just
So-
like, let's just get really shitty.
and these are two single young bucks fresh out of college. Both of them are, you know,
Good to go.
I
They're
honestly,
prime,
I feel
they're ripe.
I feel pretty bad for single guys during quarantine because I imagine the thirst is very real. From
Are
just
you
I'm
like,
the only
implying that,
single
are you
guy
implying
here.
that women don't get
yeah.
horny, Hunter?
Kaylin, I'm sure you've been just stroking your cock. And just that caveman brain inside of you is just really fucking acting up, and there's just not a lot you can do about it. So, and for these guys especially, you know, you pour alcohol on top of that, and they're gonna. I was really expecting like the ooga boogas to really like start coming out, but
Just walk inside there like humping your couch. It's like, hey, stop.
No.
get on the couch.
Off the rug.
get a spray bottle.
Yeah, spray bottle.
But it was fun. It was crazy because I legitimately, Carissa and I have been, you know, ordering groceries. We haven't left the house, and we had 4 people over last night. So that was the first human interaction I've had in 3 months, other than my girlfriend. It was
How does
just,
that make you feel?
I honestly had a problem with communicating with people. Like, I kind of forgot how you're supposed to be nice to people around you.
Like where to put your hands? Like what kind of?
Yeah, I didn't know what. Like, I just got really.
Hunter's
drunk
just like,
Started jerking some guy off.
hello, fellow
Yeah,
humans.
I was just standing there, just, you know, with my hands up, like, you know,
Oh god.
throwing them in the air, and nobody else was partying. But yeah, dude, some very casual vomiting last night with just people. Like, my deck is just kind of like it's got a fence around the whole thing,
Yeah.
and it was just people like standing up and without any kind of a notice, just hurling off the side and then sitting back down. Like, just okay.
There's a
Rain
big
will
ass
get it.
spider
People
right there.
people are very thirsty for human interaction. People. Last night was definitely proof of everyone is super bored, and the second you get into any it really felt like there were just no rules last night with any human interaction. So it's gonna be interesting when all this is over and people go back downtown, because I feel like the party's gonna be turned up to 11 for a while after all of this shit.
Dude, it's gonna be rough. Well, I mean, that's not to delve too deep into it, but that also depends on how long this protesting thing is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because
judging by your tone there, you said whenever all this thing is over, but it's not going to have like a definitive. Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I know,
11,
but I'm talking about like there's.
Well,
yeah.
they're already kind of opening up bars in Texas. So one of the guys that was here last night wanted to go out next weekend, but I'm not ready for that. So
Yeah, hit the bars.
there isn't going to be any kind of a definite opening yet. And I'm honestly not comfortable with going out and anything kind of a public setting. One of the girls that we see here last night was actually like, she worked for Starbucks, and she's been very, interacting with a lot of people. And I was a little bit concerned about that, but I was also super drunk, so fuck it.
Dude, White Claws kill Corona, so I mean, you're safe.
Yeah.
as long
And
as
that's
you
science.
drink alcohol and eat dirt as a kid, you're good.
Yeah, as long as you
Yeah.
walk on,
That's a joke.
you have to
That's a
run
joke.
on new.
Be
You have to
serious.
dirty up a new rug while chugging White Claws at your coworker's house, and you're immune from Corona. Ryan,
Yeah.
was that the end of your week, Connor?
Well, the only other thing I wanted to talk about during my week was it's been such a crazy week, but still,
Yeah.
we watched Joe Biden practically say you're not black if you don't vote for him, but we don't have time.
Yeah.
It was
I
a
mean,
good time.
that sentence in of itself kind of
Positive
defines
vibes
a lot
only.
of things.
Positive vibes only.
Positive vibes only. Jesus
Joe
Christ.
Rogan has a potential insider trading scandal.
Really?
Excuse me?
Yeah, he potential insider. I don't know how serious it was, but with his $100 million deal on Spotify, he ended up allegedly telling a couple people in his circle to consider buying Spotify stock before it went public, and
Yeah, that'll do it.
apparently one of them bragged about that on his podcast.
Why?
Like his podcast, not Joe Rogan's podcast. So
Like, you just made a shit ton of money. Shut the fuck up and just take your money.
well, the guy that in question here is Brendan Schwab, and he's kind of a dummy. So
Okay.
Certified dummy.
yeah, he's a little bit of a dumbo, but
That's fun.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
So that's
Other
good.
than that, man, fucking working out and
Would this even come back to Joe Rogan though? Because insider trading, like you get the information, and it's your obligation not to act upon that information that the public does not have. So it's on the whoever the dummy is, right?
Yeah, I mean,
It's
couldn't
not
you have
Joe
just been
Rogan.
like, yo, dude, guys, like, keep it on the down low, like we're buddies, but like, I'm really hyped because I'm working on a deal with Spotify. If that's all you say, and then they're like, oh, fuck, and they start investing in Spotify because they think something will happen, that's not on you, is it?
I don't know how all this
I
works.
don't know.
Who knows? I'm not a fucking lawyer.
Yeah, I'm not. A
You
fucking
said it,
lawyer.
brother.
Yeah.
Ryan, tell us about your week.
I beat Death Stranding.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That was a game. A really interesting game. A game like I've never played before, and I don't think I could even compare it to anything ever.
Did you enjoy the experience?
I did. It was fun. Storyline was interesting. There were some really cringy parts, but that just comes with a Hideo Kojima game.
Yeah.
But honestly, if someone came up to me and said, "Hey, I fucking hated that game," I'd be like, "I get it. I can see why you felt that way. Like, I don't blame you at all." Because I could see somebody playing that and be like, "This is fucking stupid," after playing it for like 15 minutes. I'm not going to get into spoilers because there are a lot of things to spoil in that game. Some really interesting concepts. Just a cool game, but I will never play it again, ever in my life.
No?
That was an investment.
Because you've been playing that for a while now, right?
Yeah, I I played it religiously when I first got it. Stopped playing for like 3 months, and then like 2 weeks ago, I was like, well, I need to finish that.
Is it a new game?
I think last October.
Yeah,
when it
half a
came out.
year.
Yeah, it's new. Oh,
Yeah.
That's the one with what's his name from The Walking Dead in it, Kalen.
Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus.
It's the walking simulator.
With the guy with all the ladders.
I couldn't even begin to describe to you what the plot is for this game, or like to where you'd be like, "Oh yeah, that game," because it's just is nonsense. It's absolute
Having
nonsense.
played it, what person would you recommend it to? Like, what kind of person?
I don't know because I would feel bad if somebody paid the full price for it, and they said I hated it. I guess if you're looking for something easygoing.
Yeah.
You don't mind just like sitting down and turning your brain off and playing something. I mean, it makes you think and stuff, like the plot line, but like the gameplay itself, there's a lot of walking, collecting materials, creating roads, dealing with the stranding. Yeah, I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was cool. Really interesting. Like nothing I've ever played, nothing I ever will play. So if you're you want to try something new, I guess I'd recommend it.
All right. That's
But
a
I know
PlayStation exclusive, isn't it? Or is it PC?
Yeah.
it's on Steam. I'm looking at it.
Is it on Steam?
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was a PS4 a timed exclusive for PS4, and then it came to PC. Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's a lot of exploring, and it's makes you think a lot too about what's going on in our world, because that's what Kojima likes to do.
Oh, and I should say it's coming July 14th. It's not out on PC.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe play it. You might like it. You might also hate it. I don't know.
You know, off that topic, I want to ask a question. Timed exclusives sounds like it's the dumbest idea marketing-wise that I've ever fucking heard.
No, I am 100% okay with timed exclusives because I hate exclusivity.
I agree with
Yeah,
exclusivity is
agreement.
fucking stupid, but from a developer standpoint or from the company standpoint, hey, we're going to release this game on one of possibly 4 consoles. By the way, the other things are going to get it for like half a year after all the hype's gone down about it. Because if I'm able to get a game on PC and everyone on PlayStation's talking how great it is, I want to get that game now. 6 months from now, I don't give a shit about this game anymore.
Yeah, you do. You do. Imagine if Bloodborne came to PC, you'd be fucking buying that right now.
Okay, that's fair.
And it makes sense for the company too, because it's basically a second launch. A lot of people are still hyped for Death Stranding and really want to play it.
Okay, I just
regardless
feel
of how,
what
it is, it's still a Kojima game and people are hyped for it.
Okay.
Yeah, you get some double dippers and you
Absolutely, yeah. You get the double dippers
maybe I'm
too.
just not putting enough into the.
I'd rather a timed exclusive than just an exclusive.
Fuck
agree.
exclusives.
I agree.
Exclusives is the dumbest thing in the world.
And they're not going to go away, so a timed
they're not.
exclusive is going to be okay in my books.
Yeah.
Also, fuck you,
As
Riot
long
Games,
as-
for causing exclusives on PC.
As long as PlayStation or Xbox is willing to throw a fucking dumpster truck full of money towards a company
Or, sorry,
to
not
get their
Riot.
game exclusive, or just buy a company outright and have
Right.
only their games on their console.
I bet Epic
gonna-
Game
it's gonna
Store,
keep
not
happening.
Riot. Riot's cool. Fuck you, Epic Game Store, for trying to get exclusivity on PC.
They're doing a good job. They're winning us over.
Are they?
Epic Games, all the free games they're putting out, I'm starting to warm up towards them. I still don't use them, but
Wow.
What
pretty-
free game do they have? They had like Civ 6 or something
And
like
GTA
that, right?
5.
started
Really?
off GTA 5, Civ 6, now the
Subnautica.
Borderlands, the Handsome Collection, and apparently there's a leak of all the games they're going to be releasing, and it's like really solid list of super good games.
So they're just eating the loss here and hoping.
Yeah,
people
so
stick
because
with it.
everyone hates Epic Games, but it's working. They're getting a lot of people over there on their
Well,
platform.
not just that, but I think their launcher is super invasive on your information on your computer too.
Yeah, but you get GTA for free.
So like,
And Civ,
so okay,
and
yeah,
Borderlands.
yeah. So theoretically, you're getting a free game, but they're making who knows how much money off the data that they're getting from being on your computer.
Who knows? You got GTA for free, bro.
Yeah, who cares? Your data means nothing, dude.
Yeah, that's fair.
Keep eating your corn.
Yeah, keep eating the corn. And I finished the Clone Wars, including the new season that Disney just put out on Disney Plus, and that show is amazing. One of the best animated shows of all times I've ever seen.
it.
Super, super good. It makes the prequel movies really good too. Like I really like the first 3 movies now. Now that I've watched the Clone
ahead of
Wars.
ourselves.
Yeah, easy.
Because I'm serious. Watch the Clone Wars and then go watch those 3 movies. It's awesome because now it's just an interweave story that makes so much sense and it like expands the Star Wars universe so much. It's super awesome, and Ahsoka is a killer character. She's like one of my favorite Jedis now. And the ending of the Clone Wars is
with
really
like the weird head thing.
yeah.
Oh, the tentacle lady,
Yeah.
blue.
It's not tentacle. No, she's not blue. She's orange, and she's got the white thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow, Caleb.
I'm thinking about the other tentacle monster.
Fuck.
the 7th season that Disney releases is happening while the 3rd episode is happening. So all the terrible things that are happening in 3 is also coinciding with the season. And it really sucks too because like Ahsoka and Anakin have a really, really good relationship. And it like obviously how 3 ends.
Right.
Yeah, Anakin becomes Darth Vader. And
Whoa!
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
Right? Yeah, and and it's like super heartbreaking just because Ahsoka is such a cool character and they have such like a good relationship, and like just to see her heartbreak when she finds out about everything is just powerful stuff. But I highly recommend it. I'm watching like all the Star Wars media from start to finish, TV, movies, and stuff. And so I'm going to be watching Han Solo later tonight because that's the next step after the 3rd. And then there's Rebels, which you have to watch.
Is there like a timeline?
4 seasons of that.
Is there like a timeline?
Yeah, there's a timeline. I'm watching it all in order. It goes, the Han Solo, then Rebels, and then Rogue One, and then 4, and then 5. There's another TV series. Then 6, and then you get the movies. And there's actually some. You got like the Mandalorian and stuff. And they're going to be making
Mandalorian's
Obi-Wan,
like a prequel, though, right? That's it. That was
no. It takes place way later in the series.
Does it? Oh, I don't.
Yeah, because if you know anything about like
Absolutely
Mandalore,
not.
okay,
If you know
all right.
anything about Star Wars, Tommy, you would know.
No, I mean you wouldn't. They don't talk about Mandalore that much, or at all in any of the movies. So you wouldn't really know unless you read the books or.
You don't even know Spock's real name.
Yeah, I doubt it. But anyways, really good. I highly recommend it. Like even if you're not a fan of Star Wars, that series is just really fucking good.
Did they explain why the 7th, 8th, and 9th movie are fucking garbage?
No, they don't bring that up at all.
Okay,
I hate those. I hate them so much because and honestly too, like, oh god, fuck them, fuck those movies. Seriously.
Yeah.
While I was watching the Clone Wars, I'm like, holy shit! Like fucking Emperor Palpatine is such a good character, and they just shit all over that with the fucking 9th movie. They're just like, fuck that, Palpatine, he's back, and it doesn't make any sense. It just ruins everything. Fuck the 9th movie.
Okay, so spoilers on that one.
Oh, what we're worried about spoilers for a Star Wars movie that's already been talked about so much for a year now.
Yeah, I saw The Force Awakens, and I thought it was horrible. And then I saw Rogue One, and I said I will never pay for another Star Wars movie from
What
Disney
are you?
ever
Whoa,
again.
whoa! Rogue One was a great fucking movie.
Rogue One was horrible. Fuck anyone that enjoyed that film.
You're so
I
dumb,
didn't.
dude.
I didn't like Rogue One.
Whatever,
a lot.
dude. Rogue One was a
Rogue One was
fantastic.
Rogue One
dumb.
literally just
I
felt
like
like
That was
a
a
weird.
cash grab.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. That was like literally
Yeah,
one.
right.
That is such an important story in the grand
it's
scheme of
not.
Star Wars. What are you talking about? They needed to figure out how to destroy the Death Star. If they literally hadn't, that movie didn't happen. How would we have known how that happened?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just kind of
roll.
implied.
Oh yeah, this is
It was
why. Oh yeah, there's just there's
animated.
just a hole on top of the Death Star.
They took a plot hole, or not necessarily, like...
It wasn't a plot hole. They talk about
No.
they say-
This was a plot. It was formed in, episode 6. It was already there. And then to do that, and then they took something from an old episode and then made a new movie based on that whole thing just so their diehard fans would spend $17 to figure out something that was already implied. Like,
What are you talking about? In the original movie, they talk about the Rogue One squad. and say that what they did was very brave, super cool. They got the plans for the Death Star. Oh, that's it. Oh man, nobody cares about how that happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody cares about
Nobody.
that.
I hope you enjoy
Anyways.
spending $17 on finding out what happened.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, Pulsar. We played some Pulsar this week.
Oh, yes, we
Pulsar's
did.
That was
fun.
cool to get back
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
We actually
Except-
understand it this time.
Yeah, we gave it a second go because we did it the first time. And we didn't really take that very seriously.
No, I enjoyed the first time we played it. It was fun.
We didn't know what was going on though.
We were literally just killing
we were
everyone.
killing everyone in a delivery van.
Yeah, delivering biscuits. And unfortunately, we had a very nice viewer on my stream who was basically told us how to play the game.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for him, I don't know if we would have figured all that stuff out. So thank you, Bleed. That was very, very kind of you.
Thank you very
Big
much.
shout out to
I
him.
believe.
Yes. Very, very, very cool dude. And I guess the last piece, I'm not going to get into too much because I learned something new. But so I listened to the next Insane Clown Posse album this week, and I'm not going to get into too much because I like to listen to the album and do the backstory.
Right.
But I found out that there is a movie, an Insane Clown Posse movie that coincides with this album.
Oh, wow.
And I feel like I wouldn't be doing this album justice if I didn't watch the movie. So I tried to find it yesterday, but it's not available. And I don't want to pirate it. I want to buy this. I want to support the Juggalo.
They probably went.
Not
When
gonna pirate this
Blockbuster went
Support
under,
the
the
artist.
Juggalo movie.
It's
probably
called Big
disappeared.
Money Hustlers is the name of the movie. And apparently there's some cool cameos by professional wrestlers in it. So I'm pretty excited to watch it.
So goofy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I'm going to watch the movie. Although I will say this album has some pretty interesting guest vocals on it. Maybe
Jay-Z.
some vocals that you... What?
Jay-Z.
No Jay-Z. Kind of close, though. I will say
Danny
on
Brown?
par. No, that was... Danny Brown was not a thing.
Ja Rule?
A famous Compton rapper. I'm not going to mention which one.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar was on that.
Yeah, he was like 5.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the end of my week. I can't really think of anything else. Other than, just streaming a bunch too.
Yeah.
That's been going well. Got my first emote coming. I think it's a banger.
It's
Excited for you all to
pretty
see it.
good. I like it.
You
I
haven't
also-
you haven't seen the finished product.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
Yes. There's more.
All right. I've been editing, getting back used to the thing. We start our diet tomorrow because visiting my parents was awesome, but it was definitely a thing where it's like, okay, so there's this food here now. Like, holy shit, what is this having food on hand thing? It's just so much
All the
alcohol.
time. They make food for you, which is great.
And so it's just
Yeah.
so much alcohol and so much food just being it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But outside of that, just streaming. Criminal Minds. Loving Criminal Minds. I've been obsessed with Criminal Minds.
Jeez.
I'm watching like 4 episodes a day while I'm editing. I just love that show. I need to start. I want to start watching Avatar soon, but I'm on that Criminal Minds train and I can't get off, dude. I also session start whatever. Uncage the Cage. I've watched the first ever Nicolas Cage movie.
Took 3 weeks.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High is a good movie. That's my first time ever seeing the movie.
It was the
Good
first
movie, yeah.
movie Nicolas Cage ever appeared in.
Yes. His first ever movie, he was on there. He's billed as Nicholas Coppola as Brad's bud. He is in the movie for, I didn't count, but maybe 15 seconds of screen time.
Wait, is that his legal name? Coppola?
No, it's not. It's not even. It's literally less than 5 seconds because I looked up the clip.
Yeah.
It was just quick little glances at it.
Well, no, there's 2 scenes he's in, though. There's 2 scenes he's in. But yeah, because
Very quick.
his grandfather, Francis Coppola, actually composed The Godfather. And so, yeah, family ties, blah, blah. He didn't want people to see his name and think of his grandfather, so he went with Nicolas Cage. I will give Fast Times at Ridgemont High an 8 out of 10. It was a great movie. I very much enjoyed it.
Wow.
It's got the famous scene of the girl coming out of the pool.
Yeah.
The red top. and
A few
takes it
problems
off.
I had with that movie is...
Yeah, all the underage girls that are supposedly
Yeah,
naked.
like legitimately, there's a scene where this chick's like, "Yeah, I'm only 15," and then like 3 minutes
There's
of
her tits.
screen time
Yep.
later, she's just like slowly taking her shirt off, and I'm like,
They are old enough in
Yeah,
real life.
yeah,
though,
no,
so that makes you feel better. The actresses are
Believe it or
18
not,
at least, but they're
Nicolas-
playing
Yeah,
14-year-olds.
it's still weird.
"Dude, it's weird
really
because
weird.
she's literally like, I'm
Wait,
15,"
14
and then
year old?
immediately a sex scene with somebody that's like
Yep,
30.
it is weird.
Nicolas
Still a
Cage,
good movie, though.
believe it or not, Nicolas Cage is the only cast member in that movie that was under the age of 18. He lied about his age. He was 17. He lied about his age. He was actually going to be cast as Brad initially. But when they found out he was 17, he couldn't work the hours that they needed. Plus, I've read from 2 different sources that they thought his performance was both too dark and, quote-unquote, too weird to be Brad. So that's
Cage.
great. And so, but yeah, I'd give the movie an 8 out of 10. Great caricature of like 80s pop culture. Just goofy
How was
shit.
his performance? His performance, Nicolas Cage.
Not bad. It literally, like,
Yeah.
there's a scene where you see him, and it literally just looks like him now, like, just wearing a wig, and it's just really goofy. Like, he's dressed from Ed, Ed, and Eddie, like, the really weird one. The tall yellow one. He's dressed like him in the scene. It's just very peculiar.
Is it in the bar or in the diner?
No, not the diner one. There's another scene where you see him. I think it's in school, and he's just wearing like the baggiest clothing possible.
I'm looking at the diner scene, and my God, his eyebrows are very bushy.
Yes,
very,
they are.
very
Yes, they are.
thick.
So,
Thick
with
eye.
that being said, and I've learned from this, this is going to be a one-off. In the future, I'm going to have a little bit more Nicolas Cage facts, and I'm actually going to be able to gauge his performance. But I couldn't leave alone the very first theatrical release featuring our god and emperor Nicolas Cage. So
The one true God.
the one true
Praise
god.
be.
So isn't that still our subreddit, Ryan? Wasn't that a
What?
subreddit, the one true god, and it's just like Nicolas Cage on
Oh,
everything?
it's still active. Yeah, people still post about him.
So
Yeah, absolutely. Look it up.
I'm not entirely sure what movie's next. I have to look into that after this, but I'm excited about it. I'm excited to
I'm
hear.
pretty sure there's
his
like
voice.
actual like Cage scripture on that subreddit. Like somebody wrote like a whole.
Yeah,
Bible
there's somebody
of Nicolas
somebody
Cage.
wrote a Nicolas Cage Bible. That's legitimately a thing. All right, but yeah, that's
See
been
you
my
guys'
week.
mods on there.
I'm
Oh,
like
no,
the
it's
owner.
not our. No, we're not a part of that, Kalen.
Mm.
He was referencing that was a popular subreddit.
But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so that's been my week. Just chilling, vibing, trying to stay off of Reddit so I'm not sad.
Positive vibes
Positive
only.
vibes only. Dopamine rushes only. Absolutely. Kalen, did you want to get into the space launch?
Yeah, so scrubbed on Wednesday due to weather. I've been out of the space game for a little bit, but as you can tell from my apartment, I have a couple interests in space.
Just a few.
Yeah. Actually, this one's actually quite a nice little poster. Yeah, launch
One the
happened on
farthest away.
Saturday. Yeah. Maybe I
Oh,
can
that's
get that
squeaky.
one. Maybe I kind of want to go get that poster.
Go get the
Grab it.
Go get the
Let's see it.
go get
Yeah.
the poster.
Show the
Grab
class.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're
We need to
listening.
see your-
Sorry if you're
about
on.
to sit here and talk about space. We need to know your legitimacy as a space fan.
Sorry, by the way, everyone, if you're listening to this and not watching on YouTube, you can find these on YouTube.
We'll
Yes.
describe this to you though.
We'll describe the poster.
So
to
it's
you.
an Explore Mars poster. It looks like it's set in like a little bit of a 1950s like retrofuturism kind of thing. and it's showing a space shuttle coming into the atmosphere of
Space
Mars.
shuttle.
Or sorry, a landing pod. Excuse me. Sorry, I didn't play enough Kerbal Space Program to know the names.
Butchering.
Trying to land on Mars.
All right, so it is a 1950s retro style poster. It says "Explore Mars" on the top. Obviously, it's Mars, taking up the majority of the frame. Very bottom, it's Space Exploration Technologies, the longer name of SpaceX, and it is Dragon 1 re-entering it. Obviously, that's not really the plan anymore. But anyway, so the space launch on Saturday was quite cool. First time.
Wait, was that the original plan? Was the Dragon 1 to be on Mars?
Yeah, Dragon 1 was originally going to be their capsule. But
also, why Dragon? Why is that the name? I mean, I appreciate it, but is there a reason why Dragon is the...
I think it's just
It's mall ninja
Cool
shit.
fucking name.
I don't know if it stood for something, like D stands for Dick Racing Against
Yep, Dick racing against giant.
God on Neptune.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it.
Dick racing against God on Neptune.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I'd
That's what Dragon
watch
stands for.
it.
Yeah. Anyways, it was quite a cool launch. I thought it was very, not humorous, but funny in a different sense that they cut away from the inside the capsule look whenever they were launching through the most dangerous part of the launch.
Yeah, that'd be
and
pretty traumatizing.
Yeah, so they got the screen back, or the in capsule screen video feed going again once they were in the second stage, which is pretty safe because you don't really have any events going. You only have one engine to worry about, and you can typically just shut down that engine and be okay. And you have abort modes and all that stuff. But I just thought that was a little interesting. Didn't really see anything too out of the ordinary with it. It was quite cool, quite a good little launch.
So I'm not super privy on this. What is their plan? What are they doing in space?
So
Going to the International Space Station.
Yeah, they dock.
I get
they
that,
dock
but what are they doing? Like what is?
So this is
just
the whole name of this is Demo Mission 2, and Demo Mission 1 was like, I can't remember exact. Just launching the Dragon 2 spacecraft to the International Space Station, unmanned. This one happens to be manned, and the whole objective of all of this is to commercialize space. So it gets away from government entities and bloat and all that stuff, and puts it into the commercial hands, to where we're now shuttling people up there, and that's kind of what the shuttle was meant to be, is a shuttle from Earth into space, but never really quite got to that popularity. The original intent of the space shuttle was to have a launch like 3 times a week or 2 times a week or whatever, much more than we actually saw, and to act as a shuttle. It's not meant to be this rare event. I mean, shuttles are pretty monotonous.
Right.
Yeah. But the commercialization of space, and this is like the second milestone of commercializing of space, is to actually send people. The first one was, there's a few milestones. Well, the original rocket launch into space, and then going to the International Space Station, then reusing the rocket, all that stuff, which many different companies are trying
All right,
to
let's
go
get
for.
down to brass tacks. When's the moon base coming, Galen?
Where is the moon base?
It's already there, man. Open your eyes.
Oh, fuck. Wake up, sheeple.
The Tesseract is already there.
Yeah. I don't know.
Have we even started the discussion as to like what are there any rules and regulations as to what goes on in space?
There are treaties, like no nuclear weapons in space, that sort of stuff.
I'm sure it's the same, mostly the same as like international waters too. Like there's rules there. Like you get.
Well, I'm saying, what if you like commit a crime up there?
That was interesting because that whole thing happened.
That just happened, yeah.
Yeah, someone illegally accessing their fiance, ex-wife bank account from space.
Excuse me?
Yeah, because they were having a dispute, intramarital dispute or something, and then
While he was in space.
Yeah, it was a she. And,
Classic.
She accessed their spouse's bank account information. They apparently didn't like that, but it happened in space, which is not anyone's territory.
Yeah, there's not like a lot of jurisdiction.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, where do we go from there?
I mean, I
don't
think
know.
you'd be tried in the country that you hailed from.
Yeah. Also, but
Spaceport.
like, who has? So, say space travel becomes like more accessible and easy and stuff. Like, how are rules enforced in space? Like, who owns space? Like,
See, that's
Yeah.
where it needs to be like the UN, or there needs to be like a separate entity of like a conglomerate of nations that have space access, where they have their own little the space force,
Right.
if you will.
Right now, as far as people goes, you don't really have to worry too much. There's at most like 6 people in space, so you don't have to worry about it too much. You have to worry about 6 people, and the likelihood of 6 people committing a crime is not that high. So they don't have to worry about it too much, but they'll have to flesh that out later on once they start making stations and whatnot.
So this might be oversimplified, but
Bases.
if they're able to get this shuttle launched with people on it and dock with the space station, how much extra shit are they gonna have to do to be able to then land on the moon again?
Oh, it's a lot. It's so if you look poster number 2.
Oh shit!
oh, all right. The visual representations. I like
The
it.
full presentation.
Yeah.
So this is the Saturn V. All of
Bump
this.
the microphone.
We're looking at a rocket, by the way.
Yeah, we're looking at a rocket
Yeah,
launching.
launching.
It's
This is
still
the Saturn
on.
V is just
Yeah.
a launch photo of the Saturn V.
Yeah.
All of this is just to get this bit to the moon.
Okay.
And
Very
God.
small piece on top of the rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
talking
it's
about
essentially
the
looks like a rifle
capsule
bullet.
and
where,
the
like,
landing
yeah.
module, which is in that conical section. All of that is to get. I mean, the delta V requirements of getting into low Earth orbit is immense, but trying to get from low Earth orbit all the way to the moon is huge. So I
Isn't
think
that
the
why a
plan
moon
is
base
with
would be
SpaceX
so?
is to use the Falcon 9 to get the people up, and then I haven't looked at it recently, unfortunately, but and then there's going to be their whole star something, I can't remember, that recently blew up, but essentially they're going to do it in multiple launches and refuel and then go. So you're going to have multiple launches, dock, transfer the fuel, your fueling truck deorbits and returns, and it's reusable, and then you're able to continue on your way. And there might be multiple refuelings. You might spend a little bit of fuel to get there of your fuel truck, and then so you have to do multiple refueling. But I've been out of this for a while, so I'm rusty.
What isn't that
Okay.
why like they say the moon base would be so like it's such a great thing because you wouldn't have to be breaking like the atmosphere of the Earth, so you'd have to use like a shit ton less fuel.
So the moon, I mean, this is going to be enormously expensive. But what's great about the moon is it's like 1/6 the gravity.
Right.
And looking at trying to get into low Earth orbit, it's so much less. So you have this giant rocket.
He's
Right.
showing the picture again.
Yeah.
Same picture.
This giant rocket is to get this little bit
Right.
into low Earth orbit. Well, you actually have a little bit more, but this goes to the moon. This goes up to low Earth orbit. And that lunar module is all that it takes to get from the moon surface into low lunar orbit,
Right.
where it takes this giant rocket to get into low Earth orbit. So what you can do with that is there's water on Mars, at the poles, and it's not really that accessible. You don't really have a lot of power either. You're able to use electrolysis to get your hydrogen and your oxygen, and then that's your fuel. Then you're able to refueling and all that stuff in low lunar orbit. All of that's enormously expensive, prohibitively expensive with the infrastructure we have right now.
I like the idea of that giant ring. Have you ever seen that picture where it's like they put a giant ring around Earth and it attaches to the moon, and then you could just take like a space elevator to the moon.
That's not how space elevators work.
That's how space works, Galen. I'm telling you.
All right.
I don't know what a space elevator is,
So
but
so how important is this launch in the grand scheme of things of space exploration?
Hugely important, because now we've the whole Falcon 9 rocket, and again remembering these numbers, is like $100 million or something like that. whereas one seat on the Soyuz is 80 million. So we'll just say rough numbers is 3 times more expensive for the Soyuz, which is Soviet, or well, originally Soviet, but now it's Russia and Roscosmos. But now that you reuse the Falcon 9, that's like half your cost right there. Well, reuse the first stage of that. I mean, this example has gone up. People have said this example many times, but just imagine if you took a plane and threw the plane away afterwards. I mean, it'll be you wouldn't be able to use it. Only about like 6 people will be able to use it per year or whatever, and that's kind of what we're with space.
Mm-hmm.
But
you don't really think about that because, like, when you think a lot of people when they think of like space travel, they just think of like Star Wars, where someone just takes a ship up into space.
Yeah.
And then they come back down and they land it easily.
Yeah.
But no one thinks about the crap that falls off the back of the ship, once you're up in the air.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to take all that crap with you. And
because I mean,
more crap to take that crap.
But until now, they just sort of just let it off into space, right?
Well, no,
or did it fall back down?
No, it come back and land in the ocean.
What?
What are you talking about?
Like until it being reusable, like. It just went off into space, right? And it was gone. You would never see it again.
So some parts did go into space, like the third. So taking out.
They try not to do that though, right? Because they don't want to like pollute space.
Yeah, this third stage of the Saturn V did the translunar injection, essentially going from low Earth orbit, sending it off to the moon. That part right there did that, half of it really. And it either, depending on how things work, you either purposely make that crash into the moon for seismic purposes. You'll be able to feel the seismic waves that something crashing into it would create, or you just send it sailing on by the moon and go into solar orbit, and it just stays there indefinitely until it crashes into something. But that's rare. That is rare. And you also have some other like sending like the Juno spacecraft to Jupiter and that sort of stuff. I think it's Centaur that did that. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. That's going to be in solar orbit for eternity as well, or until it crashes. Most of the time, all the stuff that you see like day to day, that's the rarer stuff. The day to day stuff, all that gets burned up into the atmosphere or lands in an ocean or over China.
Wait, what?
Wonderful.
Or over Siberian.
Just over.
Area.
Isn't there like a spot like in Siberia where everything just kind of falls and?
Yeah, the Soyuz boosters land in Siberia.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. But they're trying to get a new port going, and I don't know how far north it is. But Russia really wants to be in the space place, but they don't really have a good spot for having a what do you call it?
A launch.
Cosmodrome is what they call it. Yeah, like have like our Kennedy Space Center and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Kennedy Space Center is quite close to the equator, relatively speaking, where anything in Russia is quite far away. So they actually loan territory in from Kazakhstan to have their Cosmodrome. Their
Interesting.
That just sounds
they're trying to get one on the East Coast, but that means you have it right in the smack dab middle of Asia, like Eurasia and all that stuff.
So when's Jeff Bezos gonna have his own like space delivery service?
Yeah, next year.
Next year?
It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming.
Yeah.
That'd be good. They should just have a giant Amazon logo on the side of the SpaceX rocket so they get like a fuck ton of money from Daddy Bezos.
But you're forgetting Amazon does have their own rocket company.
Do they?
Not really Amazon owns it, but Jeff Bezos owns Blue Origin.
Blue Origin.
I don't. Yeah. I've never heard of it.
They're trying to compete with SpaceX. They did their SpaceX. You had your Falcon 1, little itty bitty rocket, gone into space successfully like twice out of like 13 launches or something.
Nice.
Like that. They're learning. With Blue Origin, they went even smaller. They just did like I forgot what they call it. New Shepard, whatever. Essentially went way up and then came right back down. Everything reusable. Everything's happy. Now they're going from that, which is even smaller than the Falcon 1, into New Glenn, which is huge. It's huge. and that's what they're trying to go for right now. Is New Glenn? They're buying components that they have their giant facility in Florida, just right by Kennedy Space Center. If you take a trip there, as like a little tourist to the Kennedy Space Center, you can see that giant building because
That's
Florida's
pretty
so
cool.
flat. Huge building. It's a huge rocket as well.
Why? What?
It's
I
larger
mean, why
than-
is
I
it
went
so
to
big?
I went to the Johnson Space Center right when I moved out to Texas,
Yeah.
and you could take a tour of like the whole shebang. And the first part of the tour is walking through the warehouse of a retired Saturn V,
Yeah.
and it is crazy like how big it is laying on its side.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's huge. As far as I know, there are 3 Saturn V's. One in Kennedy Space Center, horizontal, and with all the stages separated.
Yeah,
One
that was the same as it was in Johnson.
one in Alabama, which is upright, and then that's a popular one that you see in Alabama, Huntsville Space Center of some sort, and then Johnson, which has that
Why?
same sort of
Why are they building like the biggest rocket in the world? We'll get off this space thing here in a minute. I'm just curious, like why they're going like huge rocket. Like, are they going to try to go to the space station now, or are they shooting for like the moon?
I don't remember what New Glenn's plan is. They want to commercialize space similar to SpaceX, so they're just doing what sells. And right now, you have a lot of medium launch rockets. You don't have any heavyweight rockets.
Okay.
The only heavyweights, I think, is the Ariane 5, maybe, and then the Proton. But those are heavyweights. They're not super heavyweights like the Saturn V or stuff like that. Falcon Heavy is getting up there, but not quite.
Is there plans for a new space station at any point?
No, there's not any plans.
Because isn't the one up there like old as shit at this point?
It's like 91 was the first
Oh,
module. But of course, everything ages and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
all right. That's
I'm
fair.
sure there's constant repairs on it.
Well, it'll be interesting to see the updates coming out from that in the near future. We have in sporting news, cue the sporting news music that we don't have. Yeah, there you go. That's not
Yeah.
copyrighted at all. The NBA plan on being open on the 30th of July.
31st.
God damn it, Hunter! You typed it in wrong. You
What?
absolute buffoon. I just embarrassed myself in front of all of these people.
All these girls that are listening right now are
Yeah,
laughing so
my
hard.
internet
I wrote
career-
down exactly what Ryan said.
My internet
so-
career's over.
Yeah.
Is there any specialty things with the NBA like are going to make up the season, Ryan, or what's the spiel with that?
I think that they're just gonna keep playing.
Just do like a
They're just
delayed
gonna-
season?
but obviously a shortened season.
You think it'll shorten,
you
not
can't.
just delay it?
Continue. Do what?
Oh, I guess that would make sense because then they'd have to delay next year's probably too.
Yeah, I don't. They've already been talking about how like next season starting and stuff, what time that's gonna go on. But yeah, I think it's
kind of a wash.
I don't know because I
Take
think
the
they're-
L.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think they're just going to pick up because the season was still going on, or it would be
So
close.
I've heard a couple different things about how sports, like it's kind of dangerous to have sports right now just because of players not even like practicing.
Yeah. No, a majority.
Well, some teams have returned to their practice facilities already.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
The problem
I think
is a majority of like 90% of the cases of ACL tears that you see, which is like one of the worst injuries, career ending, like 90% of those cases are due to bad training regimes where they went out and partied and they didn't practice properly to come back and condition themselves, or they were just being dumb about their health. So, yeah, that's a very... I didn't even think of that. That'd be... Oh, my God. There's probably so many athletes that haven't been keeping up, like, at all with their conditioning.
No.
I
there's
don't
no
know.
way.
I don't see that happening because I think they're pounding in their brains like you guys still need to be taking care of yourself. We're still in season; it could start up any time.
Maybe...
And plus,
But
they're
it's
not
on them
stupid.
now.
This is their job. They know that they need to be taking care of themselves, like stay in shape. Even in the off season, they don't just sit around eating burgers and stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that's what they're doing, but
Right.
they're not doing the extensive heat therapy shit like with their Like that's what I would worry about the most is like the recovery shit that they wouldn't be doing. Like
Yeah.
they're not getting in like the cryo chamber, they're not taking ice baths or anything, and like they're doing what they can at their, mansions, which I'm sure most of them have like, saunas and ice baths and stuff at home, but I'm sure there's a
I
lot
mean,
of crazy
honestly,
shit that they're missing out on.
dude, pick any player in any sport that's supposed to be happening right now. Look at their social media, and I guarantee you look at their story and see still grinding, and they're still working hard in the
believe
gym,
that.
keeping themselves
Yeah, that's
fit.
fair.
They're not stupid. They know they know what's going on, and
You
they're
also
trying.
get- looking at the popular dudes, you're more inclined to look at the popular dudes, not the old buck that's on the right tackle.
I don't know. I mean, their jobs depend on it. Like the guys that aren't the things. Like if they come back and they're not looking good, they're probably fired.
Yeah.
They're probably they're probably going to lose their jobs. So
Do
they're
you think
probably
this is
working out
gonna
even
force
harder than the
a lot
main
of,
guys.
do you think this is going to push a lot more of the veterans to go ahead and retire? Or do you think they're going to try to get that one last paycheck?
I don't know. Who knows? It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Are they getting a paycheck right now?
I mean, I'd assume so. They're contract based.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's a
guess.
contract.
They get
Yeah,
a
I
certain
think,
amount of money for playing the games, but I think they just inherently get like money throughout the week. I'd assume. I'm assuming
they
this
get-
is all
It's going to be really
contracted
interesting
out.
to see what happens in football. Because we could talk about the NHL, we could talk about the NBA, but what it's really going to come down to is what's going to happen in August with college football.
Oh my god, college
that's-
football, dude, is going to be insane.
It's
Is that
That's
the
the
biggest
one-
sport? Biggest American
Well,
sport?
you got to think about it. There's over 140 Division 1 schools alone. That's not including Division 2 or Division 3. And each of those schools has like 80 fucking players. That's not including staff and faculty members as well, cheerleaders, all of that stuff. So you're looking at like every single university with like 130 people. I mean, what that's a
Well,
lot.
it's different because with college football, we also have to keep in mind all these athletes are still students.
Yeah, that's true.
Like and it depends on if your university is going to be open, and like certain states aren't going to have their universities open where other ones.
That's what I'm saying. That's we can kind of feed the wolves with the NHL, but what they really want is the NCAA.
Oh, yeah.
If college football doesn't happen, I think that's when America's really like,
Well, I mean, you still have the NFL, which is I think more popular
Yeah,
than college football.
yeah.
Do you think
And-
that?
but- Yes, yeah, I'm pretty sure if you look at the numbers, the NFL does better than college.
Well, it'd be interesting to. Well, I don't know because you're gonna have to look at how much. There's only 32 teams in the NFL, so you have 16 fan bases that are theoretically.
Yeah, but you're still getting
watching.
football. It's just that you have to think about these, like the college football. They're still students. They got to go to
Right,
class and
right.
stuff. Like, are universities still closed? I mean, I don't know. I think as long as we get NFL, people will be fine. It's gonna suck
Yeah,
not
I was-
having college football.
I was watching
But-
on Twitch. I saw them streaming like Chinese baseball games at like 4 in the morning one day.
Well, the
And,
Korean baseball
the Korean
organization
baseball
is
is out,
active
yeah.
right now.
This was not Korea. This was China. I'm not being an ignorant asshole here. This was China.
Well, I'm just saying. I know the Korean baseball organization is popular right now
Yeah.
because of this.
Yeah. Well, regardless, if you watch their games, the audience is like they're all wearing masks, and there's probably 4 or 5 seats in between everybody. Do you see something like that happening in America, or are we
Absolutely
just not
not.
going to be trusted to do that?
We're going
I
to get
do not
super
not think America's trusted enough
stadiums.
to do that.
You couldn't even
I
get.
mean, why would we? I don't give a shit. Just play the sport. I don't care if there's a fucking crowd there or not. It don't
you
matter to
couldn't
me. I
get
just wanna
people to
watch
stay in
sports.
their houses for more than 2 weeks, Hunter. You expect
They're
that?
going to deep.
Yeah.
They're going to.
Oh, is Kalen dead?
Uh,
I think Kalen just died. That's a really good. This is the last image that anyone has ever seen of Kalen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
he's alive.
oh, yeah, he's back.
yeah, he's back.
Yeah.
We lost you.
All right. They're just going to deep fake the crowd in.
Deep
Fine,
cuts.
dude. I don't care. Pump
Yeah,
and fake
pump the
crowd.
crowd
It don't
in,
matter
dude.
to me.
Dude, that'd
Yeah.
be fun if they put like the Wii Sports crowd, like little Wii.
Yeah, I
Do
want like
it.
terrible,
Do it.
like
Fine.
early
I
2000s
just want to watch the
crowd.
sport.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit. Like it affected professional wrestling because they rely on the crowd so much.
Right,
But like for like regular sports, there's no crowd interaction involved at all. Like nobody cares.
I really
I mean,
hope they
sure, it's
still
cool
do
to
like
hear
the.
your crowd cheer, but it's like they're not going to affect the game at all.
I'd be really excited
Do you
at like
think this could
baseball
affect
games.
the evolution of like crowded sports arenas for the future,
No.
or do you think this is just a blip?
No,
This
I
is a
don't.
blip.
I think as soon as this coronavirus is over, we're going to all be back to business as usual.
I really hope that
What
like
if,
at
they,
baseball
what
games
if we
and
find out a
stuff-
bunch of interesting ways to start streaming things, and it becomes almost better than being there, and like more professional?
People are always going to
organizations?
go to things in person. Always.
Yeah.
Isn't like sports owned, or some sports, not all, I should say, owned by like NBC? They won't allow that to happen, or like
Yeah.
whatever channel, sports channel probably has a.
But ESPN's got a major contract. NBC's only got NBC's I think's got like a football game. They have like Sunday or Monday night football, and they have a contract with Notre Dame.
I think NBC just lost their rights to SEC football, and now ESPN's getting a hold of it.
Good.
Like as of this season.
Fuck
yeah,
NBC.
honestly,
Fuck NBC.
fuck SEC football and the NBC. It fucking pisses
You're
me
telling
off.
me I'm not gonna have to listen to 3.5 hours of somebody shoving Alabama's penis into their mouth? That'd be great. Thank you. Cool.
Oh yeah.
That'd be very cool. No, I really hope they have no crowd at like MLB games, but they still do all the goofy ass shit in the background. So they sell like the tool racing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I want the mascots
that'd be
going
great.
crazy and yeah, that's what I want.
Dude.
Honestly, that's what you have to do, like to keep things interesting.
Yeah.
Like between the
tool
action.
racing.
Yeah, you've never seen the tool
Yeah.
racing, the Home Depot tool racing, where all the tools
Oh, I
are
know
running
Do
around?
that
exactly.
tool race?
I know exactly what you're saying. But that's what makes it for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the only reason I go.
Honestly, I'm boycotting the MLB if they don't have the Home Depot tool racing.
I think that's just Atlanta though. I think I'm pretty sure we're the only team that
Definitely just Atlanta.
I'm boycotting the Braves until tool time comes back.
yeah, do it.
With Tim
Because
Allen.
of all the Braves games.
I mean,
you're
that's
watching.
legitimate. We do need to boycott that.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
we need tool time.
We need tool time. Do you think the Ryan was mentioning before this that apparently all the NHL players might be living in like in one area while they're doing the hockey season?
No, not the NHL, the MLB. This is there's because the MLB season hasn't even started yet.
Oh,
like they're
excuse me,
still on
MLB.
game zero. They're thinking they're going to start their season in Florida and just have like a communal area where they play all the games.
MLB? Is that what you said?
MLB, yeah, the NHL, they're just going to finish their season out doing a
That's
2014
right, and that
playoff.
sounds so fucking
just
cool.
to be. Yeah, it's so cool. It's like some gauntlet shit.
Yeah.
Although the people that are mad are the people's teams that were like doing really well. They're like, where the fuck are all these scrubs getting in here? And they're gonna be shorter series too. So if one of these good teams that had a great season here screws up like once or twice, their season's over. Who gives a shit how good their season
Wait,
was
is it
this year?
single elimination or double elimination?
I think it's double elimination.
Okay.
Or no, it has to be triple because you have to do there has to be a certain amount of games. I don't know.
Okay.
It's,
Okay.
There's a long explanation about it, but yeah, it's a lot easier for the good teams to be knocked out, and the bad teams, it's a lot easier for those Cinderella stories to happen. So-
Good.
Yeah.
Cinderella. That makes
Hey,
it
really interesting.
all right.
Yeah, honestly, dude, Nashville is probably not going to make the playoffs this year, and now they're in it. So I'm fucking hyped, dude. And then and we usually turn it on in the playoffs, so I'm really excited for this.
Go Predators!
Yeah, go Predators.
But there's terrible teams like the Panthers and stuff that have no business being in the playoffs that are in the playoffs, and so I'm really excited to watch those games.
But aren't
Dude,
they
hell
just
yeah.
blowouts?
What?
Aren't they just going to be blowouts?
Well, they're probably, but I mean, they're also doing okay, yeah, the good teams, they get a first round bye, as they should. If you're
Right,
gonna fuck them like that,
right.
at least give them a first round bye.
yeah. Home field advantage or
So-
something.
Yeah. At least that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Kalen, you could say the same thing about the college basketball because that's a 64 team playoff.
yeah, exactly.
And so you
never know.
you pit first versus last because I think what was it last year that's like the first time a 16th seed has ever beaten a first seed ever.
Yep. First time, hilarious. Virginia was them, and it wasn't last year; it was the year before that.
Excuse me. Yes, of course.
Yes,
But
pretty fucking funny.
God, I want there to be a gauntlet in college football so bad. I want a 16 team playoff so fucking bad.
I think it's coming. It's definitely
Oh
coming.
my god, I need it. Like,
Now with the 14, people,
like no,
people
no,
wanting
fuck
even
it
more.
out of fuck the first out of conference game. Fuck one of those and fuck another game. Whatever. Cool. Take away 2 games. That's 2 extra games of goddamn playoffs.
So
Yeah,
is this just gonna fuck everybody's records for the,
it depends. Well, like for basketball and hockey, yeah, they got fucked because they were right smack dab in the middle of their seasons. Well, they were getting close to the playoffs, but I don't know, say 3/4 of the way through. So it'll be interesting to see. That's why hockey's just like, fuck it, we just got to end the season. We have to do something. So that's why they're doing this crazy playoff thing just to end it. But basketball, they're going to continue their season. Now, I don't know if it's going to be
Really?
from, where they left off, or they're going to just ignore all the crunch in between and then just pick up where it was supposed to be at this time. I don't know. But they did say 31st, 3rd, that's when it's opening up. So we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. And I wonder like how draft picks and stuff will also factor into this.
Yeah.
It's interesting to think about.
crazy.
It is.
Yeah. Very crazy.
I'm excited about it.
Me too. I just want some fucking sports back.
Dude,
Again,
I
I don't give
know.
a shit if there's a crowd there or not. It don't matter to me.
I
just want to see people play sports.
I'd be very curious to look at other people, like other sport podcasts, and what the fuck they're talking about right now.
Nothing. They're just their favorite porn stars. Like, what are you talking about?
That's a good segue, actually, Ryan. Because Hunter
Oh
brought
yeah,
up a good
okay.
point.
We're gonna do this.
Yeah, let's do it.
My favorite porn star. What was the name of that dude? You posted the 2 dudes going at it. Guy was referencing his long wiener, Hunter. You
His
posted.
long wiener.
Don't you remember? You posted it, and the guy had a hilarious porn star name. Well, you remember what I'm talking about. You posted the gay porn,
No,
and it was in the chat.
Oh.
The guy had a hilarious porn star name.
What was that guy's name? It was
was
like
great,
something Long Dog or something.
It was foul, but I loved it.
I thought you were gaslighting Hunter for a second there, Ryan.
Yeah, your favorite gay porn star. No, it was a meme. He doesn't actually watch gay porn. Not there's anything wrong with that, but
I mean,
just
do you
saying.
know that for a fact, Ryan?
Yeah, you
I
don't.
don't know.
Wow,
Maybe he
you're
does.
making a lot of
In
assumptions
which,
here.
Wow.
in which case, good for you.
God, it's 2020.
I'm gonna find this name because it was so funny. Continue on while I search for this.
I'm not. I don't think we should get it. No, we were just talking about that. There's been a lot of adult film stars and actors and actresses that have made
Jay Cream. His name was Jay Cream.
I remember that.
Jay Cream.
Jay
Yes.
Cream.
That was it. Sorry. Go ahead. I hope he's Twitch streaming. I hope Jay Cream's on Twitch. And
Jesus.
He probably is. So I really think I don't think any porn is being made right now. I don't think anything's being made right now. And I mean, if they're not making
Except for amateur.
Amateur's
I feel like
exploding.
they're getting a lot
Yeah,
more
there's-
homemade now.
And that's
way
the
more
real,
homemade porn, no
that's the
professional
real gold
porn.
mine there.
Yeah. But I mean, if they're not making multi-million-dollar movies, they're definitely not making professional pornography. So if you go on Twitch right now, practically every single porn star is streaming on Twitch right now.
Adult.
All of them.
Adult actress or actor. Thank you, Hunter.
That's true.
Okay.
We need to dub that in.
Yeah.
Adult actress and actor.
Is porn star not the recognized nomenclature?
I don't know. I every single time I watch like those like compilations of like the cringy dudes at like the where they have like the adults. What do they call them?
Like the adult convention.
The adult conventions and stuff like that. Like they always call themselves like adult actresses and stuff like that. I feel like that's their preferred title.
Well, regardless, yesterday I watched Adriana Chechnik, one of the craziest porn stars I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Not mentally, but she does some very interesting content. She was just on Twitch yesterday eating some takeout with 5,000 people watching her eat takeout.
Sure.
And just every single comment was like, "Hey, my girlfriend broke up with me today. Will you follow me on Instagram?" And she would be like,
God.
"No." And
That sounds like a good stream.
I
Every
bet
comment,
$5 came with
will
that.
you squirt on my face? Like just every single one
Oh
of them was
God.
just.
Were
oh my
people
God.
giving her money?
No, but she seemed like she had a pretty professional setup, so I imagine she makes. I think she also does a podcast too. I think she's pretty active on like her own stuff. But boy,
For
man,
her.
have
Yeah.
you? If she's got some OnlyFans content that's like her blowing an Uber driver and like
Oh God.
a lot of
Hell yeah.
interest.
Hell
She's
yeah.
very public oriented, where she just goes
Good
out
for
and
her.
does some pretty wild stuff.
Yeah. Good for her.
Goes to Dave and Buster's and just like fucks a waiter. You know?
Ah, the old Tiger Woods technique. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounded like a fart. I swear to God, that was my chair. I swear to God.
Yes. It was the chair.
I swear to God. I even lead. Oh my God. I swear to God.
You thought it was gonna be nice and silent, but
Tommy, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm off the podcast, guys. I'm sorry.
off the
Yeah.
team.
You're out.
God damn it. But yeah, it's
Um,
been it has definitely been a little bit of a struggle finding some more of the positive stories this week. That's for sure.
Yeah. We really want to keep this podcast to be more of a comedic fun podcast
Right.
and not a news podcast, but this week especially was kind of hard.
Yeah.
Not a lot of fun things happened this week.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to talk about it for a couple minutes, we could do that, and then we could probably close out with it.
Wait, can I talk about the Justice League movie because it's hilarious. The art.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
All right, so if you haven't seen it, the Justice movie came out like I think in 2018,
Yeah.
and it was really bad. It was really really bad, and that was their attempt at creating like Warner Brothers creating a DC universe, you know, combining everything like the Avengers is. And it just really wasn't good. It killed Ben Affleck's interest in playing the Batman. Henry Cavill supposedly isn't Superman anymore.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he wants to. He really wants to. They've been lobbying. He's like, I still want to play Superman. I still have interest, but for some reason, Warner Bros. Like, we don't really feel like it anymore.
He's like one of the hottest growing actors right now.
Yeah, and like yeah, he's not like American, but holy shit, did he look like Superman?
Yeah.
Like the dude was like built to play him. Also the guy who played the Flash. There's literally just been nothing about him since the Justice League.
He just
Which
went
I mean,
dark.
he wasn't great as Flash, but I didn't hate him.
He just went under.
Anyways, so the reason the movie sucks is because Scott Snyder was initially the guy that was supposed to write the movie and direct it and put it out and stuff. He finished the movie, and Warner Brothers said, "Nah, fuck it, we don't like it. We're gonna bring Josh Whedon in, and he's gonna reshoot the movie, and we're gonna put that out." So of course, Scott Snyder comes out after. I was like, "Yeah, of course it sucked. They fucked my movie over." It's literally just like it was a good movie that was like edited in just a horrible way with all these really shitty reshoots and dubs and stuff, and it just came out to just be awful. In fact, the main villain, Darkseid, that was supposed to be like the villain, just wasn't even in it. How do you not have Darkseid in a Justice League movie? Like, what the fuck are you doing? So, Scott Snyder has been publicly saying, like, I have all the footage. I still have it, and I'd love to put it out. But of course, Warner Brothers, they have nothing to do with that. So what happened was Scott Snyder went to HBO Max. You know how that's coming out?
Yeah.
Or I guess it dropped like yesterday or something. And HBO, they got lots of money. And so they got all the rights to the Justice League. They got all the footage and everything. And they even, like, some of the original, like, scenes and stuff that were supposed to be filmed and never got filmed because the movie didn't get finished are going to be made.
Oh shit.
And apparently Henry Cavill is going to come back and do, like, a short scene, like a cameo appearance for this new Justice League. And there's some characters that were supposed to be in the initial one, like really cool Hulk combo characters that didn't get in, are going to be in this now. And so they're going to reshoot it, put it out on HBO Max, and honestly, I hope it's terrible. Because how fucking funny would that be? Him just like, oh, yeah, my movie is so much better. And then they put it out, and it's still equally as bad. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
That'd be fucking great.
I would love that.
So you're not rooting for him, is what you're saying?
Well, I am. I mean, honestly, it'd be cool because I think that would actually be like you would think that they'd be like, all right, yeah, we should bring Superman back because like now we're pointing in the right direction and let's see some more DC stuff. But like Birds of Prey came out, and the movie I didn't see it. Apparently, it was decent, but it did awful in theaters. And just anything DC has just not.
Yeah,
doing
hey, let's make an all-female movie in an age where people already judge a lot of these all-female movies for it just being like shoehorned like feminism bait. Let's take that off the backbone of an already fucking garbage movie, Suicide Squad. What did they think was going to happen?
Yeah, and well, here's my thing. I think the movie would have done better if they had just advertised as, "Hey, this is Birds of Prey," not Birds of Prey and the fantabulous something of Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Where clearly this was a Suicide Squad 2 movie.
Right.
They should just call it Birds of Prey. Because the Birds of Prey, they're a really cool group in the DC universe. And I don't know, they were sort of marketing as very feminist too, which I think also brushes a lot of people the wrong way.
Yeah.
So they kind of shot themselves in the foot there, but I mean, if this movie's good, then cool. Yeah, I hope it like sparks some interest in DC again.
When you
like,
say HBO bought Justice League, you mean for this specific movie? They don't own the right.
They didn't. Yeah, they don't own the rights.
I was about to say that's all.
Footage.
You're talking about a lot of money.
No, okay. no. They just bought the rights to be able to put out the Snyder cut of Justice League.
How has DC done such shit compared to Marvel?
Because they just don't know what. They don't have an identity. They don't know what they want to be. Because at first they were like, all right, well, we can't be campy and like funny like the Marvel movies because that's their thing. So they went for the super dark, gloomy vibe. And people were like, we don't like this. We don't want to see a scary Superman movie. We want to see Superman being Superman.
Dark Batman movie is probably the best Batman movies that have ever been made. Like, not even close.
Well, yeah, I think they were going for the whole Christian Bale, like the Dark Knight series, and they were like, oh, how about we turn that into a universe? And then they realized, oh, we can't. That doesn't make any sense.
I think they could have done it. I think their writing was just fucking garbage.
I don't know. I have not kept up with this stuff because superhero movies aren't really my thing. But I mean, like the really dark stuff is good, and I hate it whenever they go over the top and just type of stuff, and it's just stupid.
Yeah.
A smart little quip here and there is fine, but you can't make a whole movie on being goofballs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you seen any recent Marvel movies? That's what it is. They're comedies. Yeah, they're not.
I have not.
Yeah, it's not even like. I mean, you get a lot of superhero stuff, but most of them are pretty. I've given up on Marvel. Not giving up, but I think I'm tired of the formula. I watched Infinity War, the second part, whatever it was, and I'm done. I just I'm not hating on the movies because I saw Spider-Man on the plane and I liked it. I thought it was
no. The movies are good. I think at this point, what they should do is take all their like Netflix series and take all like the minor characters. And do something with that.
Well, those are dead. They killed all those characters off. Yeah, those are all done. They said these are not canon anymore.
Why?
They don't count in the grants. I think it's because they're Disney Plus. They want because they're doing a bunch of Marvel shows on Disney now, like Scarlet Witch is getting a show, Vision's getting a show, Black. I think. Why am I forgetting his name? Jeremy Renner's character. Not Jeremy Renner. The fucking Black Widow's love interest.
No idea. Bruce Banner?
Hawkeye.
Oh.
Hawkeye. Yeah, he's getting a show. They're doing Marvel shows and stuff.
Okay.
This is different than the Boomer cast list that they put out not too long ago, right? With the like new character, I don't remember what it is. The new characters that were all just like made by 50-year-olds. You know what I'm talking about?
No idea what you're talking about.
No, I do not.
All right, well, I'm gonna look it up.
Well, anyways, yeah, I don't know. I'm not hating on the Marvel movies because I think I probably would still sit down and watch one of the new ones and be like, oh, I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm not actively trying to go to the movie theater and seeing them at midnight anymore.
No.
Yeah, they lost me a long time ago.
It's the New Warriors.
The New Warriors. Wait, is that DC? Are you talking about the CW? Because it's Marvel? I don't know what you're talking about. Is that with the New Mutants?
I don't know.
Also, Hunter, to be fair, you say, well, how is DC fucked up so bad? DC's really only done poorly in the movie market. In every other market, they seem to be doing fucking amazing.
DC is thriving on television.
Yeah.
The whole CW verse is really, really
and
popular.
animation-wise, so they've been really prevalent since like the 90s.
Yeah, no, I'm actually I was looking at a DC timeline of like the television shows. I couldn't believe how expansive that universe is.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like they have a massive universe on CW, and because I think CW bought all the rights to all the things. They've got like Superman, Batman, The Flash, Supergirl, Constantine, Black Adam. They got all these fucking crazy ass franchises and stuff on there.
Yeah, because Marvel really hadn't done anything until like the Avengers.
They tried. They really did. They tried on Netflix, and honestly, Daredevil was pretty good.
Daredevil's pretty good.
Jessica Jones was good. Iron Fist was literally fucking like dumpster tier television. Luke Cage was all right, but I don't know. It just, and I love how they were just like, nah, it doesn't count. Like as soon as Disney started Disney Plus, they said that Netflix stuff, it's all fake.
I mean, it's not like anyone that didn't expect it. I mean, look at what they did to the extended universe of Star Wars and all the books and shit. There's literally like hundreds of Star Wars books that Disney's like, man, no.
Oh yeah, no, there's lots of stuff that isn't considered canon anymore. It's just funny, but it's that mouse money, he's gonna do what he wants.
It's that mouse money.
Mouse money.
That mouse money.
Gonna fuck you with this mouse money.
God.
Yep, and if the mouse doesn't like what you're doing and he owns you should get rid of it.
I think you meant to say if China doesn't like what you're doing. Whoa.
Inevitably, we're all going to be owned by Disney. It's going to happen soon. This podcast will probably be a Disney podcast.
Listen, if Disney wants to sponsor the podcast.
If you're listening, Denza, please buy this podcast. Disney.
Holy
I'll
shit!
say whatever you want.
Buy us. Oh my god.
I love that in the new South Park season, that bit where they're sitting there and they have all the characters and Randy's standing there and Mickey Mouse walks and he's like, it's Randy Marsh. Do we own him yet? He's like, not yet, sir. That shit killed me.
Ryan, I don't know if you wanted to glance, but that link is in the Zencaster if you'd like to look at that new Marvel Warriors thing. What's the gist
of it? Just a bunch of old farts?
Is it just a bunch of boomers fighting crime?
No, I thought it was just boomers trying to connect with the youth.
Isn't that like 90% of Hollywood?
Boomers connect.
I've seen this comic. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Oh,
Also, can I mention, Ryan, you might be able to help me out with this. I've tried getting into Watchmen like 3 different fucking times. But I cannot... How long into the goddamn comic does it take for it to start like not being weird?
Check about the Watchmen
Yes.
comic? Like the...
Yes.
I don't know. You think it's weird?
I just think it's
different. I'll
kind
give
of
you that.
boring.
It's just one book, though. Just read it. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
I'm on like chapter like 2.5, and it's just like boring. I don't know who any of these people are.
You don't like it.
Why do I give a shit if they're dying?
I don't know. It's just a different story, and I think you also have to realize the time that it was released. It was a very controversial. It was different at a time when you only had DC and Marvel and stuff.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see here. Kalen,
Yes.
what do you got going on next week, and do you have anything to plug?
Never have anything to plug. I don't have social media. Social media is for a bygone
We're
era.
supposed to talk about Pokemon.
Oh, we Tommy and I. Thanks for the hint there.
I got you, bud.
Tommy and I have an ongoing series, Pokemon Fire Red, on the YouTube channel.
Randomized.
Randomized. Everything's randomized. And
What gym are you guys at?
we just beat Sabrina, and
Very cool.
so I think this means we go down to the island. God, I can't remember.
That's the... Well, I won't say anything because that'll spoil it. but-
Wow.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, so now
I
we're
did
off,
say it.
we're off to Blaine, and we're gonna
David Blaine.
David Blaine.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, he makes an appearance in the old games. Very forward thinking, honestly. I don't even know what age
Wow.
David Blaine was.
David Blaine.
Yeah, that's what I've got going on.
All right. Sounds good. Hunter, what about you, bud?
Well, I've been doing a podcast with my friend Botang called Botang and Hunter's No Name Podcast. So definitely give that a check. And streaming on Twitch at Simpin' on Syrup. Yeah.
Golfing.
Yeah.
Golfing.
Golfing mainly.
Golfing.
If you enjoy watching somebody play horrible golf
Full
with friends,
time
come
golf.
and yeah, I'm a full-time Golf with Friends streamer. I have a $30 million contract with Under Armour, and yeah, check me out there.
Very cool.
Ryan, how about yourself, bud?
Yeah, just also streaming whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want.
Whoa.
Well, we got a loose cannon over here.
That's a badass.
Yeah. A little bit of Harvest Moon during the day, and then some spooky stuff at night, or whatever the dudes are playing.
Save some of the spooky stuff for October, nerd.
Oh, see, no, this is me figuring out what we're going to play, because I'm playing a lot of crap.
Okay.
You should have seen the crap that I played last night that I would never, ever play again. There's a game I played called Haunted Gas Station, and it was...
Ooh.
It was next level bad.
Wow.
Although that might be fun to play just because it was next level
That's
bad.
fair. That's fair.
But yeah, I also am on that same channel that Kaylin and Tommy put their videos on, and this beautiful podcast on, and we are playing Dark Souls, and we're hopefully wrapping up Black Mesa here
Yeah,
soon. So if
yeah.
you like the Half-Life, come check it out.
It's pretty good.
It's a good time.
That beautiful
Yeah.
channel he was talking about is called The Brig. So check it out on YouTube. I will be continuing probably my hard addiction to Criminal Minds.
Very, very hard.
I'm going to figure out the next Nicolas Cage movie with him actually have speaking roles. So that'll be fun to do. Check out Davis isn't here. He's too good for us. So Davis and I have a XCOM playthrough currently on the channel. But yeah, outside of that, you can catch me at twitch.tv/Captain Milne. Every day.
Excellent.
Is Davis just not on this podcast anymore?
I think he is. He's just doing his thing.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe. So
He's
us.
probably started his own podcast.
Oh yeah, I know we're like an hour and 40 minutes late, but David's not here today. David, he reached out to me. He couldn't make it today. But
See you next time, David.
yeah, so the lineup looks like it's the five of us for the foreseeable future. Stay tuned. We might have some more interviews upcoming, so stay tuned for that, everyone.
Ooh.
Some interesting interviews. But
Interviews.
appreciate you guys listening, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Really big shout out to our Patreon supporters: KLSK1, Garrison Coley, True X23, Ziggy Storm, Senpai Gray, and Lieutenant Dan. Appreciate your support. We couldn't do this without you guys.